In the bustling theater of life, we often find ourselves entangled in a web of attachments to people, situations, and outcomes. These attachments, while seemingly comforting at times, can also become shackles that hinder our personal growth and emotional well-being. Learning to detach from these attachments is not an act of indifference but rather a profound act of self-liberation. In this video, we will explore the importance of detachment in life and delve into practical strategies for achieving it. Attachment, in its essence, is a natural human inclination. From the moment we are born, we form attachments to our caregivers, friends, possessions, and ideas. These attachments provide us with a sense of security, belonging, and identity. However, as we navigate through life, we often become overly attached to certain people or outcomes, clinging tightly to them as if our happiness and fulfillment depend solely on their presence or realization. The paradox of attachment lies in its deceptive allure. While it promises fulfillment and joy, it also enslaves us, rendering us vulnerable to the whims of external forces. As the philosopher Alan Watts aptly put it, the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. By clinging desperately to what is fleeting, we deny ourselves the opportunity to embrace the ever-flowing stream of life. Detachment, on the other hand, is not about renouncing relationships or experiences but rather about cultivating a healthy sense of inner freedom and autonomy. When we detach from people and situations, we reclaim our power, the power to choose our responses, the power to maintain our inner peace amidst chaos, and the power to chart our own course in life. Imagine being in a boat on a turbulent sea. If you cling too tightly to the sides of the boat, fearing that you might be thrown overboard at any moment, you will only exhaust yourself and invite more suffering. However, if you learn to let go of the sides and trust in the buoyancy of the water, you will find that you can effortlessly ride the waves, navigating the sea with grace and resilience. Central to the practice of detachment is the recognition of impermanence, the understanding that all things, whether pleasant or unpleasant, are transient and subject to change. Just as the seasons shift and the tides ebb and flow, so too do our relationships, circumstances, and emotions. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not." By accepting the impermanent nature of life, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead of resisting change, we learn to embrace it with open arms, knowing that every ending gives rise to new beginnings. Detachment also enables us to cultivate inner peace, a sense of serenity that transcends external circumstances. When we are no longer dependent on external validation or approval, our sense of self-worth becomes unshakable. We no longer seek happiness in the approval of others or the attainment of material possessions but rather find it in the stillness of our own being. The Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully captures this sentiment, stating, "Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness." When we release our attachment to specific outcomes and surrender to the flow of life, we discover a profound sense of liberation. A liberation that allows us to experience joy and fulfillment in every moment, regardless of external conditions. Detachment also opens the door to a deeper connection with our inner guidance and intuition. When we quiet the noise of external distractions and detach from the incessant chatter of the mind, we create space for our intuition to speak to us, to whisper words of wisdom and guidance that lead us on the path of authenticity and purpose. The psychologist Carl Jung famously referred to this inner guidance as the voice of the soul, describing it as a source of profound wisdom and insight that transcends the limitations of the rational mind. By cultivating detachment, We attune ourselves to this inner voice, allowing it to illuminate our path and guide us towards our highest potential. Finally, detachment is not only about releasing attachments but also about letting go of past experiences and limiting beliefs that no longer serve us. Just as a gardener prunes dead branches to encourage new growth, so too must we prune the dead weight of the past to create space for new opportunities and experiences to blossom. The philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." In the act of letting go, we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities, embracing the potential for growth, transformation, and renewal. By releasing the past, we liberate ourselves from its grip, allowing ourselves to step into the fullness of the present moment with courage and grace. In conclusion, detachment is not a cold and indifferent state but rather a profound act of self-love and empowerment. By releasing our attachments to people and situations, we reclaim our power, cultivate inner peace, and open ourselves up to the limitless possibilities of life. As we journey through the ever-changing landscape of existence, may we remember the words of the philosopher Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard accordingly, and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature. Let us choose thoughts of detachment, resilience, and inner peace, knowing that in doing so, we unlock the door to true freedom and fulfillment. As we detach from the old, we make room for the new. Just as a tree sheds its leaves in autumn to make way for fresh growth in spring, so too must we shed the burdens of the past to embrace the infinite possibilities of the future. In letting go, we create space for new relationships, new experiences, and new dimensions of self-discovery to emerge. So let us release our grip on the past and step boldly into the unknown, trusting in the wisdom of the universe to guide us on our journey towards wholeness and authenticity. Thanks for tuning in to today's video on the power of detachment in transforming our lives. Remember, by letting go of attachments, we open ourselves up to a world of endless possibilities and inner peace. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and hit that subscribe button for more insightful content. Until next time, embrace detachment, embrace freedom, and embrace the extraordinary journey of life. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and stay empowered.